Thanks for tuning in again to our digital newsletter. I'm Jacob Kauffman with KUAR Public Radio. I'm the morning edition host and a reporter here as well. Hello to the new subscribers for the first time, and hello again to our old inaugural class. And speaking of inaugural classes, the biggest news in the world this week was the inauguration of President Donald Trump as the 45th president. This week, we got the opportunity to speak to Central Arkansas's Congressman, U.S. Representative French Hill, about the inauguration, his plans for the first 100 days. He's the third highest ranking member on a House Financial Services Committee, so repealing Dodd-Frank Act, repealing the Affordable Care Act are at the top of his agenda, along with a lot of tax reform ideas. Closer to home, though, the legislative session is in its second week, continues to roll along. The big news is the governor's tax cut bill has been passing every hurdle with almost zero opposition, really. It's a $50 million income tax cut, primarily for people earning less than $21,000 a year. If you read Chris Hickey's report that is on this newsletter, though, you'll see Democrats also have a different option. Instead of cutting the marginal tax rate, they do an earned income tax credit also for low-income Arkansans. Both of those could affect about 500,000 people or so in the state. Abortion restrictions, the first movement of the session so far. There's a bill to ban common procedure for second trimester abortions. Adds up to about 18% of all abortions in the state, though previous states have done that elsewhere in the country, and they've been blocked by courts so far. But that's going on in the State House. Another effort to ban junk food from to ban people from using food stamps is the SNAP program now. Ban them from using that program to buy junk food. Big argument about who decides what junk food is. And ultimately, the federal government will probably say, no, it's a federal program. You can't restrict the program like that. Arkansas, that's what they've said to other states like Maine. And if you really want a deeper look into all of these issues, though, check out our podcast. It was an hour long this week. We went into that and a whole bunch of other issues, including a big issue in Little Rock. The Little Rock School District has announced that they plan to close several schools in the area. Though traditional public school advocates, people from the dissolved elected school boards say the state should not be making these decisions, that it's not really about finances at all. It's more about charter school expansions in the long run. And more so than that, the continuing narrative of the state is not really listening to the desires of the African American community in Little Rock, which make up the majority of the school district. So that's a little bit of the week that was. Check out the podcast if you want more. Thanks for listening again.